We're live, guys.
Hey, hey, hey.
Okay, that was Fat Albert. Um, this is RNVP episode 10. I think. I think. I think. I'm your host. I'm Jake. Hi, guys. Um, I know I'm just making this awkward on purpose. How y'all doing, guys? How y'all doing?
Well, it's your boy. I just got the RNVP tag. I got accepted into the clan.
Fun,
Well,
please.
yeah. You could call me Fun Police. You could call me Steely Dan's son.
Oh my god.
You could call you. You can call me Joe Taro. You could call me. You could call me a lot of things, but I just go by Derek. I'm happy to be here.
Jerron, are you still there? Cause you quiet, bro. Jerron disappeared on us.
Oh no, I'm here.
Oh,
I'm just
okay.
listening.
Hey, how you doing?
But I will say that we need to make it to episode 12 because most new podcasts don't make it to episode 12. So we got 2 more episodes to go to reach a milestone.
We've already reached 12, but like in our new format, it will be 12. But we're like 15 now. But hey, we're getting more consistent. With us, we're gonna have a guy. I think he's gonna be on a lot more. Introduce yourself or reintroduce yourself. The Nigerian Nightmare.
Oh,
Just
that's kinda nice,
Blaze.
though. Yo, they call me BK.
Sean, go, jump on.
I mean, he's not wrong, my guy. But BK is the name, aka Giorno, because why not? If we're going with JoJo references, but yeah, just BK Blaze. So yeah,
Y'all can take all those JoJo references and toss them in the trash can.
that's your own personal problem, my guy. But whatever, that's fine.
Yeah, like Dron, I have a joke for you. And
Many?
it fits you perfectly.
I mean,
This man sounds frustrated. I don't know.
I don't watch JoJo, so
You should.
I wouldn't get it, so don't say it.
No, you shouldn't. You shouldn't really honestly watch it. You should watch it on your own time and not let these zealots pressure you.
I mean, I'd say Zealots is wrong, but you're completely right. So that being said,
Yeah, I know. I said it on purpose.
I like how the dude that like tried to escape watching Game of Thrones only to watch Game of Thrones before the last and worst season came on to praise the show and excoriate the ending tells John to not get into one of the best series of all time.
I said it on your own time, like I did with Game of Thrones, sir.
Okay, so should I watch Game of Thrones at this point, or just stop at season
Well,
6?
you know what?
You should. I mean, I don't know why not.
You should.
Yeah,
So we can show these
Clay, that
heathens
was
how.
good pass.
Okay,
We
no.
can show these
You should.
heathens how
You
to-
should. I'm being serious. I'm being serious. The
Okay.
first 7 seasons are some of the best TV ever created.
Okay.
The 8th one is rushed.
Mhm.
And the showrunners did not want to do the show anymore, so they rushed the ending. It should have been like 3 extra seasons.
Sounds like Kingdom Hearts 3, but yeah, I'm just asking.
bro,
because
like,
what I
literally,
saw on Twitter,
that's a
boy,
great analogy. That's exactly what Game of Thrones is. It's
that's depressing.
It's Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah,
You're gonna
Like,
have fun 90% of the way. Then the last percent is gonna be like you think you're gonna get some toppy, and all she does is kiss the tip and leave. That's what happens.
I think that's giving too much credit to Kingdom Hearts 3, but moving on.
And some people like that. I mean, that's
Metro King.
Okay,
Let-
Mazel
instead
isn't
of-
bad, but okay.
Oh my god.
Instead of talking about TV shows and game series that ending trashly, NBA 2K19 is $2.99 for this E3 sale. So
Yeah,
Okay.
if you was like me and traded in the trash, go on, hop back in that mug. $3, hopping right back in that 2K. They got me.
Bro, I'm not even a 2K boy, and I might
2K
just pick that
visual
up because why not?
concepts, you got me.
yeah,
$2.99?
yeah. It's the days of play, like
$2.99, fam.
yeah, PlayStation, Xbox. They always
Bro,
do sales.
that's less than a soda. I'm copping 2K again.
Bro, that's less than a water at a hospital. Like, my goodness.
Jerome about to finesse the Kings again
Exactly.
and the Pacers with the Cavs like we did that one time. That was funny. We ski masked them, boy. We ski masked them,
Bro.
But
We snatched up CJ McCollum. Anyway,
Yeah, man. We got what? We got CJ McCollum, Sabonis, Miles Turner.
We finessed the whole. We finessed a whole bunch of teams. So,
our squad, and we put
that
him
was-
with LeBron. Like, bro, it was like, yo, we just killed everybody. But
Oh, rip.
so what?
bro, it wasn't even fair.
First, what do y'all want to talk about first? This is E3, and E3 is in 48 hours. And if things could stop leaking, that would.
Oh, I got it.
I haven't looked at any of the leaks yet, so please.
I got it. So we talk about leaks. Let's go ahead and talk about that Ninja Theory game. Let's do it.
Oh yeah, y'all fill me in on that. So I can give an opinion because I haven't heard about it yet.
So okay, so Bukunmi, let me just give you the rundown. So
Hit me.
you know Ninja Theory, right? The people behind Hellblade.
Okay.
They were bought by Microsoft a year ago, and the game that leaked on social media was a game that's been in development since 2014.
Oh.
And it's a 4x4 arena online battle melee game. And people looked at the is that the trailer? Is that the trailer? The people looked at the trailer and yeah, people looked at the trailer and these are people who make great, and I mean great narrative single player games. I mean like Bukunmi great. Like
all their games before this one have all been narrative single player narrative games.
Yeah, Hellblade. What else did they make? It's on the tip of my tongue. It starts with the E. I'm gonna find out. Well, yeah, when people found out they were making this game on top of the actual leak that was online, you could go on Twitter. You can go on my page, JT RNVP. I've already retweeted it a whole bunch of times. Had discussions about it.
What you're talking about, Jake, is Enslaved Odyssey to the West.
Yes, Enslaved. Yes,
and they also made Heavenly Sword on PS3.
Yes, so like these are decent, if not good, single player games. So, I play Heavenly Sword. So
their best game is Kung Fu Chaos, though. In 03 on the original Xbox.
But that's old, right? That's like OG Xbox stuff. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I did not play Kung Fu Chaos, so
no, it was fire.
Yeah, I did not play that. I think that's probably going to be one of the things they're going to actually make Ninja Theory kind of port over as like a Games Pass game, if it's not already.
Bro,
I
need that.
So, like, my initial thoughts for the game are no, I don't want that. I can't call it trash.
Oh no,
because I haven't played it. But no, I don't want a games as a service battle online, battle multiplayer online type of game from these guys. I just don't. I wanted something like Hellblade.
I don't know what you were expecting because they're on Microsoft's team now.
Well, no, but Jerron, this is a game that's been in development and it's their passion project. I'm not trying to call, please. I'm just saying this is like legit facts. These are like legit facts.
I'm sure
it's been in development for damn near 6 years. They had to produce something. Now, Ninja Theory has another team that's working on another game. I don't know what that game is.
I'll believe that once it's confirmed.
Yes, I agree.
But I'm sure they've been working on this game, but I'm pretty sure it was not the game that they showed the trailer for. I'm pretty sure it was something similar, and it probably was multiplayer, and it probably had a story or something with it. And then Microsoft bought them and was like, yeah, so that single player, yeah, we don't need that. Go on and focus on that multiplayer, bro. And those microtransactions.
Oh no, not again.
Yeah,
because Microsoft is only focused on multiplayer and getting the most money out of it. That's their MO. What's that? The 360 Microsoft that y'all used to don't exist no more. They want multiplayer experiences. See, Phil Spencer keep telling y'all what he's gonna do, and I don't know why y'all don't want to listen to him. He said people not buying single player games no more. They want multiplayer, so that's what we're gonna make. And look what he's making. Every game that came out since he said that having multiplayer experiences with microtransactions. He's not lying to y'all. Y'all need to listen to him. You know what he's talking about.
I agree. I agree with that assessment because if you look at what Max Booty has said what he has. Max Booty is the second in command under Phil Spencer. He basically said they're buying studios that are around the AAA level and seeing if they could be flexible enough to put them on Games Pass, which doesn't give me any hope that they're really going to double down on AAA experiences. But you have stuff like Gears 5, you have stuff like Halo Infinite that will be the AAA. It just won't be a lot of AAA experiences, I guess. But
which is the reason why I said,
but just back to this game. Nah, man, no. Y'all already know how I feel about multiplayer in games as a service. No, hell no in Spanish. No,
nada. No, that's nothing. Never mind.
Yeah, we can keep that too. Yeah.
No. All I gotta say is I'm disappointed that it is a multiplayer game, but I'm not surprised. Like I said, it's Microsoft. That's what they want. So that's what we're gonna get.
Yeah. And again, guys, we're not calling the game trash. I'm not stupid. I'm not gonna jump out the window. It could be a good game. It could be fun. That's not what I want from that particular studio. So we will wait and see. What else leaked?
I'm gonna get my stuff off about that game just for a little devil's advocate. So, if the studio says it's their passion project, it means because we have to recognize gaming. We already do. The games and any type of content like that is a form of art. So when it's a really weird form of art because it takes a lot of people together to make it work.
Right.
It's not just a story, it's mechanics, it's rules, it's a whole world. So if they want to do it, I don't want to say I don't want to see it from them. I understand we say that sometimes about a lot of things, and we don't want, country album from Future or something stupid like that, right? But if an artist wants to do that, I can see you guys' points. You guys might not want to play it, but if we respect the studio enough, I'll give it a chance. You know what I mean? It's like what's her face writing Full Metal Alchemist and writing an anime called Silver Spoon about farming. You know what I mean? It's not necessarily something I would want from them, but you can see the quality shine through. And we can't really demonize multiplayer games and games as a service because obviously we haven't seen one that we think is done right, but that doesn't mean the model is defunct. It can work. It just has to be in the right parameters where it's not exploitive to the consumer and pay to win. Because
but Derek, me and Deron get you on that, but for 2-3 years since this model has been introduced, everybody's been making exploitative, empty games so they can make back their dev and R&D money. Nobody has done this out of a creative or artistic sense. In all actuality, Derek, it's like the same. It's the same type of saying that people say, if you do things for money, you're kind of half-assing it almost. When it comes to art, like you're just gonna be half-assing it. It's not good. It's just not a good model. Now, I do agree with you. There are some studios out there that I wouldn't trust to do a game as a service, but like, let me explain it to you. I don't know if I have, but like simply games as a service is basically you launch a skeleton of a game and then over time you populate it with content.
You basically release a shell of a game and you fill it up.
Yes. But you're fighting with the intention of people in games. And so if you send out a skeleton of a game like Sea of Thieves, it had no content, and then within 10-11 months it was populated, and now people are like, this is the game they should have launched. Nobody's going to wait 10 to 11 months for you to populate your game with content and then come back to it. Like, people are moving on to stuff. Like, you're fighting for the attention, so you might as well just release your full game.
Well, this is really what something like as a topic we got to talk about as consumers is that are we subconsciously like allowing us to move from this shift of releases to early access. Like I feel like we've touched on this, but I mean, I think it's not necessarily a bad thing to not have the game that you expect to have right then and there and just come back and play the game that you want to play. Because if the whole market is moving towards it's like realistically, the only good games that have come out, in my opinion, that are notable are like either the single player, like narrative driven games, or like the open world single player narrative driven games. We haven't really breached genres in terms of being able to say, wow, this was like amazing. Obviously, you have your indie games that come out every now and again. You're like, oh, this is fun. You know what I mean? It's fun to watch somebody play on Twitch. But realistically, like, it's mostly been PS4 coming out with stuff like Bloodborne, like, you know, your Horizon Zero Dawns, your games like that. So I feel like if we have these games, and I'm not really too savvy on what the whole development process of a game is, but if we can have a good game like in a year and they can basically play test it and bug fix it and make it so that people who are actually doing this are incentivized, then I wouldn't mind going back and playing a good game after it releases. The thing is, the reason why these games go unnoticed, people don't care, is because you don't market a game after it's released. No, like, they do to an extent. Like I have seen ads for Sea of Thieves after they come out with more and more content. But my thing is, we clearly see one or two things is happening, right? Either the games are becoming more and more complex, and therefore it is harder and harder to release quality games at launch, or the developers are just getting lazy, right? And we see certain studios being able to do this, and we see other studios underperform. So I have to prospect the question, right? Is it really necessary for you to have a new game do what you want to do if you're not going to buy it? If you're willing to wait and come back and play it for a reduced price and it's going to do what you want it to do, is it? Well, yeah.
You can answer your question simply. Okay. If you put everything in a game and you release it, people will buy it. People don't buy games now until after 6-7 months and then buy at reduced price, because they have showed us that their motto is, I'm gonna release a game, I'll fix it later and add more content. So the consumer gets smarter and it's like, okay, this game is a game of service. I'm gonna wait 6 months, then I'll buy it, because by that time the full game will be out. If companies would just make the game full at release, people will buy it at release. Your question can easily be answered.
What I'm saying is, I understand that.
Two, nope. You should nobody should buy a game at $60 and it not be full.
I was getting ready to say that. Yeah.
If I'm paying $60, then I need a full game.
Yeah.
If you want to have me beta test the game, first, one, tell me I'm beta testing the game, and two, charge me $20, a $20 founder's fee. Then you can call it a day. But if I'm paying full price, I want a full game. And if you want to make it like you're saying, where you release the game and building it later, then make it free to play and then charge an expansion later.
There you go. Yeah.
But if you tell me I need to pay for a game, I'm not. That's like going to Best Buy and buying an iPad, and they was like, okay, we're gonna give you Safari and iTunes, but you can't get Apple Music for it till a year later. Like,
yeah, I'll fight you. Yeah, at that point, yeah.
Like gamers are the only. That's like crazy. I don't understand why gamers like give people like these companies the benefit of the doubt. Like, no other consumer base is gonna buy a product and expect the rest of it later. Like,
yeah, and
like
that's
it's a consumer product. Games are a consumer product. You gotta, if you're gonna sell it to me, I need the whole thing. I need to give me everything.
And I understand what you're trying to say. You're trying to say is basically kind of like the back end of what John is saying. Like, if all of that is true, then why would I give you a full game? Well, first, you're getting paid to make a game that's high quality, and you're competing with other studios. You're competing with time. You're competing with other people. So you want like, okay, let me take an example for Anthem. If you take away all the bad things that EA and BioWare did, and let's just put Anthem in a vacuum, it was a buggy, broken, non-content filled mess of a game. Derek, that game was probably going to have like a 2-year, 3-year like support plan. It probably won't make the end of this year now because the sales, it might have sold well, but critically, it's terrible. And then
which is some BS because y'all promised me DLC. Give me my damn DLC.
Yeah.
Right.
Nobody's playing it, Derek. Nobody's playing it. They're like the attachment rate and the new players buying the game and actually like retaining and actually getting into the game is the lowest of any EA game.
Don't matter. Give me my DLC.
That's the problem. That game came out what, Jerron, 2 months ago?
Yes, give me my DLC.
Honestly.
BioWare, are you listening?
They're
Give me my
not.
damn DLC.
They're
Yeah,
not.
Jerron, honestly, you might get that, and then that's it. They're
No.
gonna
Y'all promised at least 3 expansions. I don't care
Jerron,
how much money y'all
all
make.
of that. You will get all of that by September.
Of next year.
No, of this year. You'll get all of that. And then by November, that game will not be supported. 100%. That game is DOA. It's dead. Derek, that's the problem. You have a legendary studio in BioWare.
They ain't legendary no more.
They're not legendary no more.
They had 2 L's. Like, they ain't legendary no more.
But you know what I'm saying, Jerron? Like a studio with at least a reputation of making good games. You have a publisher who, they have taken a gun and a sword to themselves this whole generation, but still they can publish games. And then you come out with an Iron Man-esque open world, multiplayer, single player type of game that on the surface concept wise looks like a game as a service model that can work. And then you release something, like you said, off the faith that nobody's going to buy it. And it's broken, it's buggy, and then people bought it. So now it spreads all over the industry that you released a buggy, broken, contentless game. It's like a double-edged sword, dude. So you might as well just go ahead and be like I'm gonna tell you a story. Like, I don't think like people
all over again.
Huh? It's like what?
It's like releasing Destiny all over again.
Yes.
Oh,
No, Destiny 2. Not Destiny. Destiny had more content than Destiny 2.
No, because Destiny was alive from the get-go.
What? It was?
Yes, because when Destiny was advertised, they literally said everywhere you can see, you can go to.
Okay, yes.
And then when they came out, and you barely could go anywhere.
Yeah.
Destiny was alive from the get-go.
Yes.
And the difference between BioWare and Destiny is that Bungie still supports Destiny too. Like,
well, no, Jerron, you know why you still support Destiny 2? People like you, Vincent, and Bukunmi, y'all love that game.
When was the last time
It's fun.
When was the last time we played
It wasn't
Destiny 2,
fun.
Jerron?
It's not fun. Like,
no,
that's the difference. It cannot
but
critically do okay. It sold a shit ton, and people still play it, and people have fun.
Jake, hold on. I need you to understand, bro. We played the game when it released until they released the DLC. We said we ain't paying. Then they re-released it free, and then we got back on it, and then stopped again. And that's where we are right now.
Right.
So
Anthem can't do that.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of studios that can. That's what I'm saying. With this model, you either get lucky or you fail. Like, I bought my PlayStation, right? Well, I didn't buy it. I got it as a present, right? And I was with Jerron. Jerron remembers this day. We were in Best Buy, and I was buying games. And I came across Last of Us Remaster and Horizon Zero Dawn. He was like, get Horizon Zero Dawn. And I was like, are you sure? And he's like, yes. And Derek, when I tell you that game is so full of content, it is not funny. That game's a 100-hour game. That's what I'm talking about. I paid $60 to sit down and play a game for 100 hours. The actual game. Then it had a 20-hour DLC attached to it. That's content. That's
the only thing I would say about that is don't fall into the trap of equating hours to quality.
No.
Because I can get a
But
full
Sean,
8-hour game and be fine.
Yeah. That's true. That's true. But what I'm saying is I'm attaching hourly rates to an actually highly rated game that sold 11 million copies. Right? This is a one-off type of thing. It's just proving my point that you can make a game full of content that's long and fulfilling, and you felt like you got your money's worth and then some. That's all I'm saying. Except for compared to things like Sea of Thieves, things like Anthem. Like, no. Even if Sea of Thieves is this great game nowadays, it's not a great game in my eyes. Why? Games don't take 11 months to get better. This ain't a Achilles injury.
Yikes.
This ain't an injury in sports. I need it from the day I get it to be good. Especially I'm going to pay $60.
Well, that's why they have
man.
Game Pass
and honestly,
you didn't pay $60, you paid $10.
And honestly, this is a really good conversation we're having because on the backdrop of E3, it seems like all of these third-party developers, some of these second-party developers want to go towards this model, and it absolutely positively sucks and scares me because it's like you're going to take franchises that I love and try to implement this model. And so that's why I am 100% nervous on Sunday, Jerron. I will be at your place, bro. I'm going to be nervous.
Oh, you better be, because boy, with this whole game as a service and streaming,
oh boy,
yeah, this Halo Infinite, bro. If Halo Infinite is a game as a service,
oh GG, that's a problem.
They're not gonna do that to Halo. Trust me.
Let's hope not.
They're not gonna do that to Halo. They might do a mode like that, but they're not gonna do that to Halo. It's their cash cow. Just like Gears of War is not that. Halo's not that. Halo, Gears, and Forza are fine. They know what to do with Halo, Gears, and Forza. It's every other franchise you gotta worry about.
Okay, man. Look, I'll take your word for it. I'm telling you. I have this really weird.
You know who ruined
like
this?
I said, they might have a mode.
I have a really weird feeling they're gonna ruin the fuck out of it. Yes.
Do you know who ruined this?
Who?
You know who ruined gaming? Madden and 2K.
Oof.
Yeah. No, it's talking about Madden. Ultimate Team ruined everything. FIFA and Madden. Ultimate Team ruined everything.
Yo, my face was at Alonzo Mourning gif. Like I shook my head and I was like, "Damn, he right." He was like, "You right."
FIFA and Madden with the Ultimate Team. People was like, "Yo, y'all getting how much?"
Yeah, man. That type of model is not good for it's not good for games like this, guys. It's just not.
The ability to re-release bad buggy engines, the ability to basically reuse any what am I trying to say? Like assets. To just reuse assets to churn games out at a yearly or bi-yearly basis. The ability to have multiple pay-to-win microtransactions. The ability to basically not really have to balance your game, especially if there's any competitive nature to it, is the crux of the 2K and Madden formula, in the FIFA formula as well. It's like you can literally watch as you see something is wrong in the game, and you know that people will buy it over and over and over again. They might fix it 2 years later, but then you'll see something else that's just as stupid, just as buggy. And you know that it should, the games when they release, I don't know the last time 2K's released with working servers.
Yikes.
Or
bro, those first day servers are trash.
If people this year, I think it was the first year I said I'm gonna hop off Madden. I still bought 2K. I still did that to myself. But I said, yeah, now I'm gonna hop off Madden. And I didn't buy Madden. And the community still goes to that game to this day. I think, EA sees people buying Madden.
and you can really see. This is what I remember, like after 2008, 2009 is when I started Madden, where it started to suck. And that's right around the time EA hit its peak in terms of like starting to come out with Mass Effect 2, Mass Effect 3, subsequently a few years later. What are you about to say?
You know why Madden started to suck, right? It's obvious. It's because EA bought the NFL license. They don't have to work on it no more. They're the only ones that can make an NFL game. And if you want to play with NFL players, you got to buy Madden. Why put any work into it? They won.
I mean, I would say it's some of that, but then 2K doesn't have that excuse.
Well, Jerron, I wouldn't even say that because Santa Monica's. Yeah, am I saying that right? Not Santa Monica. Is it San Diego Studios?
Santa Monica. It's Santa Monica.
It's Santa Monica Studios has no. Who's the studio that does MLB The Show? It's San Diego Studios, right?
Oh, Santa Monica Studios.
No.
Hold on, let me look it up. We got Google. Let's use it.
And even MLB The Show.
Did I say it right?
You're right. It's San Diego.
It's San Diego Studios. Yeah, because they're based in San Diego. They have the rights to MLB. And
but other people can get those rights. They're not the only one.
Yeah, every single year they one up themselves.
Yeah, but you know the difference is like I said, anybody can get the rights to MLB, so there always could be competition.
Well, no, John. Not only that, it's talent.
It is.
It's a mixture of the two.
But when you have no threat of competition, you put less work in. Like Derek just said, 2K, they don't have that excuse. Yeah, they do, because NBA Live's been trash. There ain't no competition. Why make 2K better? What, you either gonna buy 2K or you buying Live? Which one you buying?
Damn.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
They had no competition.
Yeah,
so 2K don't have to come
probably
better.
The major reason.
That's why 2K11 is the last good one, because when 2K11 was coming out, you still had NBA Live before they cut it off. But after 2K11, they had no reason to make 2K better. Why? They got it. Nobody else making an NBA game. And if you do, you're gonna make like an NBA playground, but you ain't gonna make a simulation NBA game.
I just feel like the guys who make Madden and FIFA are not good developers. And like the people who actually are owned by EA are good developers.
No, it's not even that. I earlier this week, like Monday or Tuesday, I watched this one guy YouTube video. He was talking about what happened to Madden, and he actually had an interview with the guy who made Madden from I want to say like 05 to 14 or 25 or whatever. But he was asking like what happened to the quality of Maddens, and the dude was basically saying, one, EA wanted certain features in the game, so they had to take development time off of what they wanted to do to make sure Ultimate Team and stuff was working well. And two, EA had them switching because they wanted them what's the one, right? They went to the Frostbite engine, and then EA was like, use it in Night engine. So they switched so many engines so frequently that a lot of features that they had in older games that they was working on, they're like, well, we can't use those no more. We got a whole new engine now. That's gonna work. So EA just screwing up stuff, just like Activision is screwing up stuff. These companies just screw up stuff. I can't always blame developers. Sometimes these money hungry companies they're like, you're gonna do this. Just like BioWare and Anthem. BioWare knew there was problems, but EA was like, hey, bro, we need this game out. I don't care what y'all say. Give me your product. So we got Anthem. Like, that's why if a company like EA or Activision go out of business, I'm not about to feel sorry for them. Y'all do this to yourselves. Y'all should have put more quality in the game instead of trying to take on more money. I feel sorry for everybody who loses their job, but hopefully they get new jobs and new studios, and that's fine with me. EA can go. I don't care.
Yeah.
That's me though.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think we all come to agreement that like multiplayers and games as a service are not an existential threat, but they're a threat to like really water down the quality of games that we're gonna get.
They're not a threat. They already did it. The threat is gone. They already did it.
Well,
You missed it.
I still think that we still get good third party games. It's just the
Name
majority
me one. Besides The Witcher 3.
that came out this gen.
Besides The Witcher 3.
They came out this John, seriously.
Yeah. Just name one. I can't think of one. So just name it. Maybe I forgot. But besides Witcher 3, name me a third party game that's been critically acclaimed.
I think we've already ruled out the sports. So no. Resident Evil 2?
Okay, yeah, you're right.
Sekiro.
Okay.
You know, even though I think it's overrated, people would say Red Dead Redemption 2.
The game was trash, but okay.
Yeah,
we'll go with it. We'll go with it. It got 97.
We'll go with it. Yeah, there hasn't been a lot. There really
no. All the good games have been first party games. By two companies, Nintendo and Sony.
Hey.
Yeah. Yeah.
When you start thinking third party, I want you to think about it. Think about third party. And then you could count Bloodborne, but that was funded by Sony. So I kind of in their exclusivities. So yeah. Nintendo and Sony are the only thing that's keeping the good games alive right now.
Yeah, there really hasn't
go Japan.
Give us more kaiju, please.
Okay, so that's a good segue to one of those companies is at E3, the other is not. Let's get into predictions and what you would like to see. I'm going to start with the man who's a huge we have two big Nintendo fans on here, but the biggest one, I would be safe to assume,
is me. So let's get
okay. Derek doesn't even own a piece of Nintendo hardware, but okay.
He has a Switch.
Crazy.
Switch gang.
Switch gang. He's Derek part of Switch
gang.
Derek,
you part of Switch gang?
You're crazy. I can't believe this disrespect. I'm gonna be quiet. I'm gonna let you finish.
I'm sorry I hurt your feelings, but okay, Bukunmi, you start.
Well, okay, so I don't really have many predictions for E3. The
conference is on Tuesday, right?
I don't know because I'll be stuck at work at the time, but yeah, I think so. Yeah, I have to sneak into the bathroom and watch it for the whole time, but we'll see how blocking out an hour goes. But yeah, the only game that I really still want that I've been asking for the past like God knows how long, I just want a Battle Network collection of Mega Man. I think I could go home happy for the rest of the year.
Getting that?
Shut up, bro. Bro, like, I mean, we've had I think last summer when they released the Mega Man X collection, they have a Zero collection, and Mega Man 11 came out. It got decent ratings. Capcom's been on fire, so I don't want to say it's a guarantee, but it has a better chance than it has been in the previous years. So I'm still holding out on that, to be honest. That's my biggest hope, though. If I could have one thing from E3.
That's it? That's all you want?
I stand Mega Man very hard. Especially I literally just bought like Battle Network 2 because I've been missing it for years. Like
the man's name on Twitter is Zero.
Yeah. I have a Zero sticker on my laptop. Do you know how hard it is to be professional? But I don't even want to start.
But you have no prediction. Like one of the predictions that people keep saying is that to apologize that Metro Prime 4 is being delayed because it had to be like basically restarted. Is that y'all gonna get like a Metro Prime trilogy?
What, ported for the Switch?
Yeah.
I don't know. Nah, I wouldn't buy into the hype just because again, Nintendo does like two good things and then one really bad thing that I'm just like, why? So
yeah, okay.
I wouldn't really Metro Prime trilogy drops after Metro Prime 4 comes out. It's like, no, please, like, dear God. But yeah, so I mean, I could be completely wrong. I'd hope to be because that'd be kind of lit because I didn't finish Metro Prime 3, I think. But boy, yeah, that'd be kind of nice. I'm really kind of just apathetic because I got my Pokemon trailer already, so I'm good, you know. I get to fight with giant fucking kaiju. Like, what else could I really need? Like, my guy.
That's what I'm saying. Like, what are they going to like? They should have saved Pokemon for E3. Like,
Yeah, honestly, bro, like Pokemon and Mega Man are all I really needed in my life right now. Like, Mario Maker is gonna be really lit. Don't get me wrong. And like,
now you can't even play with your friends.
oh, well, that's a little depressing, but it'll still be fun. But like, those are my two main things. I'm like, yo, give it to me. And then
How you make a multiplayer game
with no multiplayer? Yikes.
with no ability to play with your friends? Like, look, for every good thing Nintendo does, they're just like, you know what? We're just gonna be petty and not give you this stuff.
Jerron, that was Fighters on like release day. We had that whole conversation for too long. That was so depressing. What you mean I can't invite my friend to a direct lobby? That's depressing. Like, no, absolutely not. But yeah, other than that, no, I don't really have much predictions, mainly because I haven't been keeping up with things lately, which I need to do better with. But that's my hopes to see happen. That'd be nice. I do want to hear more about that Pokemon Masters game on the mobile, like for phone, which I mean, it could be trash or not because it's a gacha game. So we'll see, because there's a lot of Pokemon stuff coming out that I'm excited for, especially Pokemon Home. So, but we can get into that later. But
So
yeah,
that's about it for you.
honestly, yeah, man. Again, like them dropping the Pokemon trailer was like, well, I'm satisfied. So,
Well, yeah, my prediction would be the Metroid Prime stuff.
hey, if it comes out, we could definitely have another lit episode about that, because that would be sensational. I just don't believe it'll
I
happen.
think they have to do something not big, but like I don't know what Nintendo could. I mean, they have a lot to show. I do think they're gonna show Pokemon again, though.
Yo, let me get the final starter evolutions. No, they're gonna put Metroid on the phone. Just 100%.
Yeah, they're gonna show Pokemon. They're gonna show us. I forgot that game from was it from Platinum Games that we saw?
Astral Chain.
Astral Chain, the stand
Yeah.
cop. Oh yeah. Oh yes.
We'll see that.
They're gonna show you Fire Emblem because you have to come out soon.
Yes.
They're gonna show you more of the Legend of Zelda remake they're doing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot about. Oh, that's
Yeah,
gonna be fun.
they have a good bit to show. It's just, yeah, Nintendo's kind of like the most, they've always been the most what the fuck are they gonna do type of company at E3.
That's Nintendo. I love them and hate them for it, but yeah.
Jerron, you got a prediction for Nintendo?
Yeah, like I said, they're gonna show Shin Megami Tensei. They're gonna show Fire Emblem. They're gonna show Astral Chain. You might get a blood. Oh, not Bloodborne. You might get a what's the name of that game? I really don't care about it. That's why I can't remember it. What's the game with the witch?
The Witcher. Just kidding. No.
No, it's on Nintendo.
Bayonetta?
Nintendo brought this, huh?
Bayonetta?
Yeah, they might show you. They might give you an update on Bayonetta 3. Yeah, because Platinum is working on Bayonetta 3, so they might give you an update on that. They're probably gonna give you an update on the next Smash DLC character.
Oh god! Wow, I didn't even talk about that. Jerron, you know what? Let's predictions for that, Jerron. What do you think, man?
I have no idea. Nintendo will do what they want to do. Like I said, after they put Joker in Smash, like there's no prediction. Like
they're gonna put John Wick in it.
Okay, so yo, that'd be lit. Don't even start, my guy. Like all you need is a puzzle. Like that's
John Wick already signed the deal with Epic.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so if you had to have top 3 characters you want to see in Smash, because I already have Joker, but I still have 3 that I'd love to see, but I don't think would happen.
What are those
All right,
3?
I'll go first.
Oh god, Derek. Okay, let me hear Derek.
Jotaro Kujo.
Get out. Get out. You need to leave.
All right, that's number 1. Number 2, Shaggy. Shaggy. Yes, we need Shaggy and Scooby-Doo as an assist trophy.
Okay, but like Ultra Instinct's Shaggy or not?
Like,
get out of here.
Ultra Instinct would be his final Smash. All right,
that's fair.
And then number 3, like, and this is a serious one. I would love to see something like this because, like, Nintendo would be the one to do something wacky and stupid. So I would want to see something like a Fortnite character or something.
Oh my god.
Yeah, just like a Fortnite character. Just like, one of the more iconic characters, one of the nicer skins. Because like you could actually build off that. You could actually do something stupid with that. And you have a fun little Final Smash. and it would kind of bridge old gen and new gen games. You know what I mean? Because Fortnite, I feel like it. I don't want to say it borrows a lot from Nintendo, from Smash, but I don't know. I feel like it'd be kind of nice. The other two are kind of troll, but the last one is kind of it's a little bit serious. But ultimately, it was a kind of you know what I mean.
I mean, they did put a plant in, so I can't even get mad because the plant's lit.
My three, there were rumors that they might put Shantae from the Shantae Half Hero. Yeah, they might. I heard rumors that might be. If they put her in the game, that's cool. I like
That'd be
Shantae.
great. Yeah.
I like Shantae. A personal one. I like them to put either Tails or Knuckles in
Yo,
this
that'd
match
be dope.
because Sonic needs at least more than one character. Like Sonic is cool, but to have Tails, especially with his flying ability, his upbeat, that's gonna be kind of cool.
Yo, would you be cool with Shadow being like an echo character of Sonic? Because that'd be kind of dope.
That probably more likely going to happen before Tails because Tails they had to put more mechanics. Shadow they can literally just give him Sonic's mechanics and
then just change it.
That's more likely to happen. The third one, who would I put? That's my third. I don't know who I put in the third. Somebody mad random like Goku or something.
You first of all, absolutely not, but absolutely yes. But interesting. I mean,
or put like they put like Zero in the game or something.
Zero who?
Oh, Mega Man.
Okay, so that'd be absolutely amazing, first of all. But the issue with Zero being in Smash, well, not that there's an issue, but like honestly, before Zero would make it into Smash Bros, X would make it. That's just a straight up given because he's more popular.
That's true.
Yeah. So as much as I would absolutely love, like when I saw the Zero assist trophy, I almost nut on spot. Like it was great. But X would probably make it into there, like more likely. But
I throw a Digimon in that mug. Give me Agumon.
That would be interesting. I'm not gonna lie.
And what's that? In his final smash, he turned to War Greymon and just throw a Terraforce.
Oh, there goes the stage.
Exactly.
Oh no.
I have no predictions for that game, but all y'all predictions sound great.
Oh, you haven't even heard mine yet.
I do have one more. I think they do in the conference. They have NVIDIA come out and they announce some type of refresh or like a super switch that's coming later next year.
I can see that happening.
That would be like they're gonna do some type of refresh or like a slim switch or like a super switch. I don't know which one, but they're gonna do some type of hardware.
That might happen, but not at E3. Y'all remember Nintendo is having a conference, but it's not a traditional conference. It's a direct. It's like a direct.
Yeah.
It's not so they're not gonna have a third party there because they do everything in house. It's not a Microsoft Sony conference where
they might they might tease it like they did like the Scorpio projects. They might tease it like that. I don't know, but yeah, that's just a prediction.
Yeah. And Nintendo's MO is they like to announce consoles separately from game announcements. Like when the Switch was announced, they had a whole separate direct. It was literally just for Switch. There was no games. It was just Switch. So that's Nintendo as a company is like we'll announce a new console, but we want that to be the only thing you focus on. They're not going to just throw it in there.
Yeah, sounds about right, honestly. Yo, I guess real quick, let me get my predictions in, honestly. Well, not predictions, but what I would ideally want. So, as much as I'm going to keep bashing on Kingdom Hearts, I would absolutely love to see Sora in Smash because that'd just be a dream come true. Like, it'd just be nice. A really random one, but then again, after Joker, I don't think anything's random, to be honest. If I could get 2B in like Smash, that'd be like
me from Nier? From Nier?
Yeah, 2B from Nier.
Oh man, that game's a little too dark to be in a Smash game, though.
I mean, is Bayonetta really that bright though?
No.
Yeah, but like Bayonetta's still kind of Nintendo-y. I don't know.
No, it's Joker himself is not even that bright. Like,
Yeah, that game gets really dark, bro. Yeah. I mean, it looks lighthearted on the surface, but it's not at all. So that's one thing. But those would be some cool people to have in. I mean, I don't have a third per se, but I mean, Zero, of course, would be just a shoe-in gimme. But I think seeing Crash Bandicoot in Smash would be kind of cool too. That'd be interesting. Or Spyro, one of those.
I was going to say them, but that's not happening because Sony's not going to allow that to happen. So,
I mean, again, after Joker, I just don't know what to say anymore, my guy. Like,
Joker is different because Sony doesn't own Joker. That's a Sega property. Exclusive deal with PlayStation for that game. But that's an Atlas Sega thing, not a PlayStation thing.
I want to ask you guys a question. Is this year kind of like a rest year before we really start to get into like the next gen stuff?
This is like a
'Cause, like,
preview year.
I mean, like, I feel
every
like
Preview year. It's a preview
Huh?
year. It's a preview.
Yeah.
every gaming generation always has a down year before the new console come out.
Yeah.
Because they're literally saving everything for the new console.
Yeah, like all these third party, second party people have already done their deliberations like a year out, Derek, about what games they were probably going to release this year that they're going to push out to next year just to get ready. So this is like for like that's why Sony's not here. Sony's like, y'all got 3 games that's probably going to be cross generational for this gen. We'll catch y'all at the end of this year and E3 or whatever next year, basically. Yeah, but this E3 is a preview year. It really is a preview year.
Well, I also want to ask too, in terms of like us being gamers, because when the Xbox One and the PS4 came out, we were leaving high school / like first, second year of college. Now that we're all older, and like we are starting on this supposedly garbage game. I'm just turning it on to watch it. But now we're a bit older and we have, maybe not more money in our pocket, but we're a bit wiser with how we spend the few dollars that we have. How do you look at console cycles? How do you look at gaming in general as a consumer? Do you feel, obviously, we hope that we feel like we've gotten smarter, but you can't say that for everyone. And are you optimistic or pessimistic for the next generation? Because as much as we see during this E3, it being a preview year, it's really not going to let us know too much of how the next, let's say, like what is going to be a 7-year cycle is going to go. That's something I wanted to pick you guys.
Okay, that's a good question because it will lead us right into like our Microsoft prediction. Because I'm not doing a prediction for Ubisoft and Bethesda. I'm just not. They're third party. I don't need to really guess what the hell they're gonna do.
Assassin's Creed again?
No,
Really?
Yeah,
exactly. Here we go again.
Nah, but Derek, how I feel, there's the fundamental underlining thing about next gen is basically local play versus streaming. Local play is about to hit its apex, in my opinion, because the tech has now caught PC. I'm not saying this is good as PC. I'm saying that for the first time, the chips, GPUs, hardware in general are architecturally similar to what you get in high-end PCs. They're not going to be tuned to that. They're not going to have as high clock speeds. They're not going to have as much different types of bells and whistles that you get on a gaming PC, but you will get the same type of architecture across the board. So one, that will make development time easier. You can port things faster. You can port things easier. You can develop easier. And then you can put it on multiple platforms. So you could develop for one game and then port it to a PlayStation 5, an Xbox Scarlet, and then a PC. You could do all 3 of that quicker, faster, and better with better graphics and a better frame rate and better resolution and all that. That's what makes it good for me. Like you get to see more powerful AI. You get to see ray tracing. So like when your character looks at water, he'll see the actual reflections around him. Sound will be 3D. So if a character does sneak up behind you, the sound will come from behind you. That type of things. It's like a quality of life when it comes to making a game. Type of things have been increased. What I am not looking forward to is game streaming. I'm not looking forward to these same companies giving us these next gen consoles at the same time trying to replace traditional gaming. I am not here for you forcing another lesser way to play games down my throat, because to me as a consumer, what it seems to me is you want to own the transportation and the rights to games, and I have to pay a fee to access all of that. I don't want that. I want to be able to buy a game and just go and play at my own will, at my own whim. I'm not relied on the internet. Now I know that when I say that, people are going to be like, well, Jake, you got to be relying on the internet already from like multiplayer and to be connected online, but that's not necessarily true. Certain games require that. But in the streaming future, you need really good internet and a really large data cap just to be able to play your games. The Google Stadia was just announced yesterday, and they have already done the estimates of how much it will take you, how fast you will blow through your data cap.
How fast?
115 hours.
That's at
HDD?
1080p. If you do 4K 60, you'll get a terabyte of data in 65 hours.
Yeah.
What's in the?
Yeah. There's nobody on planet Earth right now that has a data cap that good to supplant game streaming.
There's some people that have unlimited,
But yeah, Jerron, they're like businesses.
well, no, because we got unlimited here. So
Oh yikes!
Yeah, but Jerron, you're gonna pay for that though. You understand that, right?
we pay $50 a month extra for it.
Yeah, it's just that's not reasonable for certain households, and it's just not. And
Oh no, I'm not agreeing with it. I'm just saying.
oh yeah, I understand.
Yeah.
So Derek, that I think I've spoke for Jerron too. Like I think we're excited for the local play because we're finally getting game systems that can do 1080p 60 frames and 4K 60 frames. Even though I don't really care about 4K, I really care about the frame rate and like how smooth the game runs. I'm not really looking for resolution. I'm looking for like buffer rates and frames per second, and like how smart is the AI, and like can the game load faster. And if people don't know, PlayStation has been damn near for 3 months talking about what's going to be in their next system, and I can't wait for it. The ability to have an SSD and a HDD in your system. So basically, you download the games onto your HDD, and then when you get ready to play, they load them onto the SSD, and your game instantly loads. So when your game instantly loads, you're able to render faster. And when you're able to render faster, you can make your games bigger. And if you can make your games bigger, the possibilities are endless. When you can make the AI twice as smart. So now the difficulty is more, it's not even like harder, it's more complex. So now you got to think as a gamer. It's more entertaining. So those are the things I'm happy about. I'm not happy about game streaming and these ISPs and these content creators pushing this shit down my throat because I don't want it. I just don't. So I'm gonna be a local gameplay, a local gamer all next gen. I'm gonna buy my games physical.
Hold on. You're gonna walk into a GameStop in 2020.
Well, no, a Best Buy.
Like they'll exist, right?
I will.
A Best Buy, a Walmart, a Target.
Let me know you're
I
done.
will.
Let me know you're done, Jake, so I can hop into this.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, Derek. Like, I'm not Derek. Do you understand what happens when you buy digital? You don't own it.
No,
Well,
you kind of own it because you still got to
But
download
you
it.
don't have the full rights to it. That's a problem. That's taking consumer power away from you. So I'm not here for that. I'm not as a consumer electronics person. No. 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 That's what worries me about music.
Are you? What's that? Are you?
Yeah.
Did you get your complete thought out? Okay,
Yeah,
not, like,
yeah, I'm done. That I mean, I've articulated this for months. So like, yeah.
okay, Derek. To answer your question, this next generation of gaming is actually the scariest generation of gaming so far. Um, so like Jake was saying, you got traditional gaming versus streaming, and the reason why it's so scary. Okay, let's say I'm gonna take Sony out of this because Sony, at least for the next generation, is looks like they're still going to follow the traditional gaming model,
hold
even though
on,
there's
we still got to stop doing this because we did this with developers. We trusted Bethesda. We trusted BioWare. I'm not
well,
gonna. I'm
the reason
not.
why I'm trusting Sony is because they're literally building that box right now, and they're already releasing specs. So like, they're not going to give up on their investment that they're working on.
No, I'm saying in general. Like not to call out Sony. I'm just saying I'm not giving anybody any more credit. I've been betrayed too many times.
That's perfectly fine. I
Yeah, but,
understand you. But for me personally, I know Sony at least for half the generation is going to keep giving me what they're giving me now. So I'm not worried about Sony. But the thing about this generation is that is this generation is literally in the consumer's hands. And when I say that, it's because with Google Stadia coming out and xCloud coming out, literally whatever more people buy into is what gaming is going to become. And it seemed like a lot of people actually don't care about owning anything. They kind of feeling this whole streaming thing. That's why it's scary, because if these companies see enough revenue and enough people hopping on these streaming services, then they're instantly going to go towards the streaming way because it's cheaper for them. It's not cheap to develop a game console and then sell it. A lot of times when they sell the game console, they sell it like they barely making any profit on it, or they might be selling it for a loss. They're just depending on when they release it and how the market goes. So even though yes, we have better technology now, like Jake was saying, where you can get us 4K gaming at 60 frames per second, you got better load times. What's saying the architecture is just like PC, so you can port stuff better and all of that. If Google Stadia is doing kick-ass numbers and they're somehow, some way, even though I don't think it's gonna work, but if somehow, some way I'm wrong, and people can get 4K 60 streaming out of a Chromecast Ultra, like you really think these companies gonna be like, yo, I'm gonna build a PS7 now? No, they're gonna be like, we're gonna give it a streaming stick and we're gonna go do this. So yeah, it's just this generation is scary. I don't know what's gonna happen. We have no idea what's gonna happen. We're hoping that the real gamers come out and not buy into streaming, and the casuals don't care enough to not buy into streaming. So then they'll just drop the method altogether. But it's in the blue. Nobody knows what's gonna happen. It's all the whole kit and caboodle is up to the consumers. What are you gonna support? And yeah, I don't know. We don't these gamers don't know what they want right now, so it's not looking good.
Like it's not looking for the Warriors right now.
Yikes.
Oh, tragic. But
To my point.
but
I agree with you, John. I agree with you.
in terms of like,
I agree with you 100%. It's consumer power. If you vote with your wallet, they will back off the streaming shit. And Jerron,
the sad part is right though,
nobody's backing off of it, Jerron, and you know why?
because
Fanboys.
okay,
People are fanboys.
not even that. It's consumer power, but the consumers don't know they have the power. And the reason why, because they gave up their power for influencers. As long as Ninja, as long as Boogie 2988, as long as PewDiePie or whatever goes and play an exclusive streaming game, they're like, you need to play this, boy. You have Ninja will have 2.5 million people buy into streaming in a night. That's how easy it is.
Kids, that's crazy. It ain't gonna be me.
Derek,
Just make
now go back to what I said earlier. If these streaming services get enough people and enough revenue, then the gaming industry would just go that way in general because they know real gamers, we like to game. So they're pretty sure they'll get at least 75% of us to hop on to streaming. This is okay. What happened is what I was trying to say back since 2 years ago. Having these streaming services is you just open a gateway. Like people always ask why I'm so against streaming services because don't you like the option? And no, I don't like the option because since you open the option, you open the gateway where they could be like, yo, let's just stream everything. Like you get like the fact that you even let this happen could be a detriment to us.
We open Pandora's box.
Basically, like y'all, like people wanting, like people backing Microsoft's on putting stuff on PC and putting stuff everywhere and xCloud and stuff like that. Like they don't want to recognize, like, I understand you being a fanboy because you like Microsoft. That's cool. But you're literally just opening up options that could destroy us.
Yeah, you're destroying the traditional way to play games, which have always been, I'm not saying be stuck in the past, but you are literally substituting it for a lesser way to play or a more expensive way to play. That's the problem. And nobody sees it coming. Like, no, like even the game media has not even been like, this is stupid. Because let me tell you something, guys. If streaming becomes a thing, the number of people actually playing will dip dramatically. It will not do the opposite. It won't do what people think it's going to do, which is going to increase we're going to get 100 million new gamers. No, you're going to get 100 million super casuals, not casuals. You're going to get 100 million people who don't play as much as we do. That don't like there's this game analyst, I think his name Matt Piscatella. Like, you know who I'm talking about, Jerome, Matt Piscatella.
Something like that. I don't know.
Yeah,
like that. I know what you're talking about.
He said something interesting on the thread, and he was like, something that the gaming industry really probably needs to really like have like a conversation with itself about, are they sure they want to do this, is you're trying to tap into 100 million, 200 million people who are used to playing games for free.
No, what? No, okay. I think I know the article. No, okay. He said, if this is the same dude, he said, first of all, take the whole population. A third of them don't play games at all. Take them out. The other third that plays games doesn't spend money on them. So you literally have a streaming service that you're only 1/3 of the population is actually going to appeal to that. And how many of those games are casual versus super hardcore that don't want streaming? Like, that's why he was saying streaming he doesn't see how it could sustain itself, because you have 2/3 of the population that you can't get to because they're not going to pay for games. They're just going to stick to Candy Crush because it's free. Like, so like, how do you sustain streaming? Which is that's why I say is in our hands, because if these console gamers start going to streaming, they don't care, then it's gonna be a wrap. Or if we stand put and we don't fall for it, then they'll have to let streaming go and we'll have traditional consoles again. But I think people aren't looking at it at what like as doom and gloom as we are, because they're like, yo, I stream Netflix and I stream my music. What's the difference? But they don't understand that the gaming industry is a whole different animal altogether. Or they don't want to see it that way.
Yeah, but with music, music is a completely different medium than an actual game. It doesn't take $300 million to make a game, to make an album. It doesn't even take that much money. It doesn't even take that much money to make a single.
Nope.
Like,
mean,
Derek, it doesn't. It
I'm
it
just saying.
fundamentally doesn't.
No, I understand that, but that's because the framework is already there for a lot of people. Like the networking and the actual equipment and like a bunch of the stuff is already basically there in house for a lot of record labels. The studio, like all that stuff is basically there, so the infrastructure is already built up, so the costs are lower, and like there's like they're fundamentally different. We're basically saying the same thing. I'm sorry. You can go ahead.
Well, no, that's I was just backing Jerron's point. Like, yeah, that like it's a completely different entity. I'm worried, man. Like, I don't want this. I don't want to wake up and just have a controller and then like turn my TV on and stream a game. That might sound convenient, and lazy to y'all, but I don't, because I'm not. The internet is a great and powerful tool. It's not a reliable tool, and it's a tool
Yeah.
that corporations could get a hold of and warp it to their own capitalistic needs. And
They already are.
They already are, and that's what streaming is. Like, look
Like
at
I
the streaming
said,
wars, dog.
people
Like,
are willing to give up their rights to own stuff. They're ready to give up the quality that they're having now for convenience.
Unfortunately.
yeah,
Because they're not thinking of what they're giving up. They're just thinking, yo, I can play a game on my TV and then go play it on my tablet. That's cool. Let's do it. Like,
yeah,
and
stupid.
the funny thing is that I see it getting worse, because if y'all notice, all these companies are in it together. Like, this isn't it might happen. Like, everybody is like, yeah, it is gonna happen. The gaming media, they're all for it. the gaming companies themselves, they're for it. You know damn well the ISPs are for it. Like, they're all in this together. That's why it's super scary, because we're already fighting a losing battle, because everybody wants this except real gamers. Just one thing. When you read your articles and like watch your YouTube videos, literally just peep on the way they talk about game streaming, and like focus on what they actually say. Like Sean Layden, even though he's like, yeah, we still gonna make the PS5 and we're gonna like do this, he literally says like, I see a future of a consoleless gaming. Like, he know where we going. They agree with it too. Sony agrees with it. Microsoft agrees with it. These developers are agreeing with it because it's cheaper.
All and Jerron, the scary part about it is wait until consumer, because gamers and consumers don't want to do like critical thinking. Do you honestly think that like all those companies you just listed, do you honestly don't think they haven't had communications with Comcast and AT&T about like the internet and like what the data caps are going to be?
Why wouldn't
How
they?
messy that how they could get the bag for each other.
Yes, it's
Exactly.
a gigantic plot. I've been saying it's a gigantic plot between those two entities to make as much money as possible, because the normal forms of entertainment that used to be physical, or like TV and going to the movies and buying music and buying games, are becoming obsolete. They don't like, bro, like the TV industry doesn't like Netflix. It ate into them and made them adapt. They don't like that. They don't like that. So they're like, okay, this is what we're going to do. We're going to make our own streaming service. And we're going to make sure we put you out of business. We're going to pull all of our content off of your platform. But these fools don't even understand that you are accelerating a thing in which people in general in the world are not ready for. And when that happens, just like in the early 90s, you make a bubble. And what happens in bubbles? They burst. And when they burst, billions upon billions of dollars. Basically, what I'm trying to say, guys, is what I'm trying to lead gamers to realize is if you keep backing this and the streaming bubble burst, you will cause a recession
Mm.
And a video game crash.
and a video game crash. Like, I need people to understand this. Like, this is what will happen. Because studios will go out of business left and right.
Yep.
These streaming services will go out of studios left and right.
Yep.
Then what?
Your RSPs will have to hike the prices to account for the lost revenue that they're expecting. This is
Exactly.
a downward arrow.
The company who plays this right, will seek to benefit. And
All right, you know what company that is? Nintendo. No, it's
Definitely
Nintendo. Nintendo laughing at y'all. Nintendo is laughing right now. Sony, they like, look, Sony, you could try to become Microsoft all you want to. That's fine. Go with them. Because when this whole streaming thing burst and y'all looking stupid, guess what Nintendo gonna say? Hey, we got a console and we got physical games. Come to us.
And
then everybody gonna be like, oh yeah, Nintendo. We always love Nintendo. Nintendo started this gaming stuff, basically.
Mhm.
So Nintendo's just gonna be laughing.
Nintendo will be like,
Guess who doesn't have a streaming service or isn't even thinking about it? Nintendo. They're chilling.
Nintendo's gonna be like, we heard you like playing Xbox games. Well, guess what you could do on the Switch.
Nintendo barely even focuses on online gameplay.
Which
they just threw it in there because like I guess we have to. But Nintendo, like, yeah, we focus on these single player games. Like I said, Nintendo is just sitting back chilling, like, I'm just gonna watch what y'all do and see if this works.
You know when this DLC, right?
Nintendo.
Pokemon.
And Nintendo.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
That just came full circle. That was a crazy conversation. That came full circle. We went from Nintendo to talk about Nintendo. But yeah, I agree with y'all. But that conversation leads us into like Microsoft, who is the biggest proponent in the console space, trying to push for game streaming. And I think that their E3, this is my prediction. If we're just gonna go into Microsoft's prediction. My prediction is that they are going to talk a lot about xCloud. We'll see Halo Infinite. I don't think I really have a prediction. They just gotta show everything, damn it. Like, that's my prediction. They gotta throw the whole kit caboodle. Pretty much. The whole damn thing. If anybody else has another prediction, they can say it. But I really don't have a prediction with Microsoft. That game streaming conversation we just had was literally what I really wanted to talk about when it comes to them.
Everybody is hyped for this Microsoft conference. I mean, I'm not mad at you for being hyped because I mean it's E3. Be hype all you want to. I'm just saying lower your expectations. Because
and don't have any expectations from Microsoft.
Yeah, that's fair.
Well, a lot of Microsoft fans are really excited because they think something good is going to happen out here, which is fine. Like, I don't have a problem with Microsoft fans being excited. I'm just saying, y'all decided the last 2 years, and what did we get out of it? So
50 multi-platform games that are now on Xbox. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah. So I mean,
enjoy that, but yeah, like
I mean, yeah, like don't. They say you have 14 exclusives, but 6 of those are probably going to be like DLC updates for their period. They're already current games. So then, like, what are you left with? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, be hype. I understand it. It's E3. I like E3, but just don't give your hopes too high up there because I hate for them to crash down and burn. But Microsoft. It's not a plus for you, but since you're the only one up here, if you want to go ahead and show off on Resident Evil 3 Remake and Dino Crisis Remake on your stage, I'll be appreciative.
Go ahead.
I gotta say. But that's still not plus to you, because I'm definitely buying it on PS4. But
Hold on, sir, please.
but I appreciate it.
My prediction goes as follows. I feel like number one, Microsoft is going to come out and try to either show us some IP we really didn't want from the past, like they do this like it feels like every year they show us something like a Crackdown 3. Okay, it's really weird because like now we don't have Crackdown 3 to be showed. You know what I mean? Like how long were we hearing about Crackdown 3 at Microsoft's E3 press conferences, and now the game's actually out. That hole's gonna be weird for them to fill. Number one. Number two, I feel like this year, they're really going to try to appeal to people's sense of them being the gamer's console. Like, I feel like in a lot of ways, this is a preview year, but this is like Microsoft's year to try to, I don't know, I guess try to take over the space. I don't even want to say that. I'm looking forward to some type of Halo news. I don't know if we're gonna get anything about Gears. I don't think we're gonna get any Forza news. And maybe we get a couple of like decent looking new IPs, and maybe they either preview or reveal something we weren't expecting, something like that, like some type of Xbox 360 or Xbox One classic that's either going to be remade or have another installment. We just don't know. I'm not really too excited because Microsoft has just disappointed me year after year. And now that I have all three consoles, I just know I'll be able to buy the best of all of them. I am excited for Nintendo. We already touched on Nintendo, but Microsoft not too much.
That's fair.
Hey, Jake.
Yo, what's up? What's up?
Predictions?
What? Yeah, what's up?
Yo, Jake. So what? How many people you think are going to pre-order this Stadia Calendar edition?
Jerome be a former member of this podcast if he ever did that.
Ooh.
Jerome, don't you waste $130 goddamn dollars on that?
I didn't say I was. I just said how many people you think are actually going to do it.
Oh, out of spite, a lot of them, because gamers are stupid.
I don't think it's going to be out of spite. I think they're generally curious of how it's going to be.
Out of spite of themselves, they hate themselves, maybe.
Yeah, they secretly hate themselves. Yeah, sure, but I think just out of curiosity, I think a lot of people are actually going to try to sign up for this.
See, I think we're at a weirder point in our lives in the American economy where just the right amount of dumb people have enough disposable income to worth $130 to buy a piece of garbage. Wouldn't mean that much to them. That makes any sense.
I get you. I got exactly what you said.
So yeah, I feel like it will happen. We will be disappointed. We will see backlash, not backlash, but like people realizing that they are dumb on Twitter and then posting how mad they are that they are dumb when they were the dumb ones. I don't know, man. It's like, you ever feel like you're watching the same stories play out over and over again as you get older?
Yeah, history repeats itself. Yeah. I'm predicting a video game crash. I've been predicting it for the past 8 years, but it just seemed to get closer and closer.
You know what we need to do? We need to find a way to get a bag before the video game crash, and we need to go in and just swoop up one of these failing studios, and we need to go dark for 2 or 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
We need to go cook up something in the lab and then come out with some fire. We need to do some some type of stuff where, like, back in the real estate, when the real estate market crashed, people were just buying up lots. We need to go, like, rescue, like, IPs who have their name tarnished. Like, we need to go buy BioWare. If I'm saying, obviously hypothetically, but like if an angel investor group could go and buy BioWare or buy Activision and just go, all right, we're gonna fix this and make it look like a company run by people who actually like making video games, because that's ultimately what would pull the recession, like pull gaming out of the recession it's about to hit. Innovation, and it's gonna take some struggle for that innovation to really be able to happen again.
I don't think it's innovation. I just think that you need companies that actually care about games to run gaming companies.
I call it innovation because it's just not present at the moment. It's like it's new to this. It's almost new to this space, if that makes any sense. So it's an innovation in that regard. You know what I mean? Because no one's doing it, or very few companies are doing it correctly. It's like turning the light on in a dark building. Obviously, we know it's possible, but if only 2 companies out of 100 are doing it, if like one company started doing it and then every other company started doing it, just because it's not new doesn't mean it's not innovative. It's just people are really dumb. So one monkey see, monkey do, essentially.
But we already have companies that are doing it, right? We got CD Projekt Red that innovated with The Witcher 3. Like you're saying, you have
experiment. I thought it was a fun little thought experiment of us being rich and you poo-pooing all of it. All right. Listen.
No, I understand what you're saying. It's just that it's already happening. Like we have CD Projekt Red, we got the Sony Studios, we have a Naughty Dog, we have Santa Monica with God of War, where
Leaning back off that Naughty Dog. Were they Days Gone? Did they come out Days Gone?
That's what Sony Ben.
Okay, never mind. Yeah, Naughty Dog, all right.
Days Gone is different because they have been working on Vita games for the past 8 years. This is their first go around back in the AAA market. So like,
it didn't go right.
They had some struggles, but I mean, still better than anything on Microsoft. So
I'm not saying it. All right, to say something is better than rubbish isn't giving it a compliment.
It's not, but it's just funny. It's like, no, you just gotta be on Twitter, Derek. Like Microsoft dudes for clowning their asses off because Days Gone and they come out perfect, like Uncharted or whatever. But I'm like, bruh, this is still better than anything y'all got. So what are y'all talking about?
You know how bad?
It's tragic.
You know how bad like I would have killed to have like a God of War on the Xbox One. Like you understand what I would have done to be able to play that game and be proud.
Bro, I understand. I used to have an Xbox One. Like I wanted good games on Xbox, but they just didn't come. Like I try to tell everybody, like y'all might think I'm a Sony fanboy now, but I came up with the Xbox. So like I understand Xbox people wanting Xbox to be great because I do too. Like that was what I played. The only reason why I'm on PlayStation is because Xbox literally, they just turned me with the stupid red ring of death because they don't know how to build consoles, but that's a whole different other story. So
let's not remember one of the biggest blunders in gaming history. Remember the Kinect?
I'm gonna go with the conspiracy theory that Nintendo just keeps ruining Microsoft because every time Nintendo does something and it works for them, and Microsoft try to copy them, and it just doesn't work. So
I mean, they kind of appeal to a different player base to an extent, but yeah.
You gotta
think about it. The success of the Nintendo Wii destroyed the Xbox One.
Wait.
No, just think about it.
Because motion gaming.
Innovated with motion gaming. Microsoft said, hey, we're a tech company. We'll do it better. We're not going to give you a controller.
You are the controller.
They did that. They built on it, and they said, hey, we're going to give you a console for this piece of genius that we just built. you need it for the console, which
To
hindered the power of the console, which
Everyone
halted the element of games for this console. That console is called the Xbox One. The Nintendo Wii destroyed the Xbox One.
Wow.
Because
Yeah.
even Wii U, they were like, all right, this motion gaming it. We're gonna have to pass.
Nintendo was like, yeah, this motion gaming is great, but we understand it's only going to work for this period of time. So we're going to give you a Wii U with a touchpad controller. Like even Nintendo knew to give it up. Even Sony started and they got the PlayStation Move, and Sony's like, you know what? Let's back off for this for a second. And then they repurposed it for the PlayStation VR, which is doing great for them. So like even Sony backed off and repurposed it. And Microsoft went full force ahead. They're like, we about to play every game without controllers. And yeah, no.
Absolutely not.
All the problem with Xbox One in terms of power and gameplay was destroyed just because they tried to hype on the motion control phase. Because they're trying to catch Nintendo Wii in the next generation. Like, come on now. Come on, Microsoft. You can do better than that.
By the way, for anybody who cares, the Warriors might be on the verge of
and you're shocked. I mean, on a comeback?
Yeah,
no, they're gonna lose the game, bro.
Are you watching it?
Derek, they're gonna lose the game. Derek, they're not healthy, and they're not. Derek, I've been saying this since the first damn series that they played. I was like, if there's anything that was going, I didn't foresee injuries, but I was like, if there's one thing that they were going to struggle with this year in the playoffs was defense. They have not built good defensive habits. Screw the offense. They have not built good defensive habits since KD got there. Probably his first year. They were a really good defensive team. After that, nah. They just beat everybody because they had better talent. So that's one factor. The most prominent is they're not healthy at all. And I'm hearing Steph is not playing well, I'm guessing. So yeah, man, like Toronto hungry and they are healthier. Let's put it like that. They're healthier. If we want to get into the basketball, that was a great video game conversation, guys. If y'all want to get into basketball, we can. They're not healthy, bro. They're not healthy. They did not build good. You build good habits over the season. They have not had to build good habits. That's a problem. That's arrogance and complacency. We said this 2 podcasts ago. That's a problem. I don't like that. That's the one thing I don't like about them. But I don't hate the team. And now people want to be like, well, injuries don't matter. Dude, okay, man. You don't have to. That's stupid.
That's cap. I'm not saying injuries don't matter. My whole point, and we had a little mini argument, me and Jake, before the podcast. My whole point
is you in front of you. But I'm not going to sit up here, Derek, and act like things will not be different if you didn't have a top 10 player possibly in NBA history out there. You just can't get me to not think that. I'm sorry, I'm not built that way. That's for anything. So now I'm going to remember. Injuries don't matter. So if your team gets hurt in the playoffs, Derek, suck it up, next man up. You too, Drawn. That if this is the narrative we gonna have, okay, then. This for any sport too.
The Patriots and the Eagles do that.
No,
so, like I can't even cap.
Y'all pulled it off. It still mattered. Oh my god. I just really hope y'all know that the Eagles Super Bowl is like a once in a lifetime type of thing, like a great narrative sports story. Like, I hope we keep it to that and not think that's like the norm. It's not. It's not. They're fundamentally different sports. Let's just put it at that. And then, come on. Football's way more of a team sport than basketball.
Of course.
I'm still. I really feel like saying the same thing. We always do this. We say the same thing. You're just not understanding what I'm saying.
Y'all really do always do this, though.
Like, yes, you're not understanding what I'm saying, Derek. You're not. I'm saying Toronto's winning this. I was never the person to be like, oh, Golden State in 6 or Golden State in 7. No. If KD ain't coming black, they ain't winning this series. And now, like, no.
I want to talk to you too. I think KD. I think he did something to his Achilles, bro.
If he did something to his Achilles, he would not be walking.
I don't think he tore it.
I have to say,
I think it was a strain or something, Jay.
Okay, you can strain your Achilles. You're not walking on it, Derek. You're not doing closed practices. Maybe he just severely strained his calf.
This is crazy.
Why we got to jump out the window on that?
Because I don't see how.
It's Derek. Strained calves are a month to 2 month injuries. He had the same injury in OKC, and it took him a month. Like what? 5 weeks? This would be week 5. They gonna lose though. He's missing the games they need him to play.
You think there's a small part of KD that's watching this team suffer without him?
Absolutely.
Nice.
Like, Derek, what did I tell you yesterday? There's a weird part of KD that would love this and come back just to prove that they need him. Like, guys, they don't win the championship and he hurt. Why would you go to the Knicks when it looks like Kyrie going to the Nets? We're not going to talk about free agency. That's a completely different. I'm just saying that's the rumor.
I mean, we can.
No, we can, but just let me just get this out.
Yeah, I don't want to hold Bukunmi hostage too long with basketball talk.
Yeah, like he doesn't want to carry a Knicks team that's going to have the 3rd pick. And that, like, I'm not saying he's had it easy, but he's had it easier in his career playing with them. And now that they're losing without him, and it kind of proves the point, like, but people don't want to admit that, Derek. That's my problem. People hate the Warriors. So logic and reason
out the window.
Goes out the window. It doesn't matter if injuries matter, but for them it doesn't, because it's the Warriors, because I hate them and I want to see them lose. For any, like I said this to you yesterday, do you think the narrative would be if Kawhi Leonard was missing the series? Hey, next man up, Toronto. Do you think that would be the narrative?
That'd be the dumbest narrative I've ever heard. But that's
so why is it not the dumbest narrative you ever heard to say that Golden State is struggling without their best player?
It's not as dumb, but my only rebuttal was that a lot of the core pieces on that team are the championship proven, albeit against a also depleted LeBron James led team. So that's kind of a moot point.
And when they faced a healthy team, they realized they needed another guy, and he put them over the top. Let's not forget that he put them over the top. He put them over the top. He is their ceiling. They need their ceiling to win. Steph is their floor. He is their ceiling. They are missing their ceiling. Nobody's winning a championship without a damn ceiling in basketball. Nobody. And we just want to act like it don't matter. That's disingenuous and haterism at its finest. And I hate that shit. I hate it. Because I can tell you right now, if these were people's actual favorite teams in this situation, they would be thinking a lot different. That's why I don't like. That's nuts. It's like saying Drew Brees off. Like, Bukunmi, do you think I won the Super Bowl without Drew Brees?
You think we did it before?
Okay, then. Now what if I told you he gets hurt before the Super Bowl and I tell you next man up? How would you feel?
I'd say GG, we out. Like, my guy. It's just that simple.
Yeah.
I mean, my man Nick Foles kind of pulled it off, though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Derek. As great as them two guys are, them two dudes can't even beat LeBron. And you said on this podcast that that Kawhi is playing like the best player in the world. So we're going to use your logic. If he's playing like the best player in the world and they can't beat him, don't you think KD would kind of balance the scales a little bit? Like, before he was injured, he was the best player in the playoffs. He's playing better than anybody else. That's all I'm saying, bro. Like, we're not gonna sit up here and act like injuries don't matter. We're not gonna do that. I'm just not. And I would love, like, Derek, I'm telling you, this would have been one of my favorite matchups if everybody was healthy and they were up 2-1 and they were winning this game. Bruh, popcorn ready because what would that be? Game 5? That would be game 5 would be nuts. The next 3 games will be legendary. But we don't get that. It diminishes it a little bit. I'm not saying Toronto ain't winning. If I'm not mistaken, Toronto is spraying them about the building. They whole bench then showed up. Ain't showed up for 3 damn series, and you picked the finals to show up. That's
Good.
G. That's
I'm
G.
kind of mad at the Sixers because
Yo,
we could be winning this finals right now, but no.
Yeah, this is all I'm trying to say, bro. Like, I'm not. This ain't no disrespect on the Raptors. Raptors doing what they should do, but we got to take into consideration the condition that the Golden State Warriors are in. I'm not going to do that, but the Raptors are doing what they're supposed to do. You beat up on teams that they don't have their best player. You just do that.
I feel you.
Yeah, that's it. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying this is like an asterisk finals. That's unfair to the Raptors. They're doing exactly what they're supposed to do. I would just love to see everybody be healthy, and I'm not just gonna sit up here and be like, injuries don't matter because fuck the Warriors. That's just dumb. That's so stupid, and you're setting yourself up to get clowned. That's all I'm saying. Like, I hope people understand this. Lord forbid your star gets hurt, because I'm gonna make sure you get me blocked, because I am going to go at. Oh my god! I hope it happens.
Jake, don't troll people on Twitter that hard, man.
No, I will, because NBA Twitter has been insufferable. It hasn't been funny this year.
Yeah, okay. The
It has
Warriors,
not been funny this year. It's been insufferable. Absolutely, positively insufferable.
Warriors are gonna lose.
Yeah, Derek. What did I tell you before? They're losing the series. They gonna lose the series. They don't have enough firepower. Hey,
Really pulled this off.
Huh?
Masai Ujiri really pulled this dumb shit off. It actually worked.
Yeah. You know, well, yeah. Certain things had to bounce their way, but yeah. Literally and figuratively. I'm sorry, Jerron.
Drake is literally going to be the most annoying human being in existence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
that doesn't sound wrong.
Was the most annoying human being in existence. It doesn't really honestly matter. Like I was telling you yesterday, he ain't lame. He just corny. It would be different if Drake was lame. I don't think Drake's lame. He's just corny. He's gonna be more corny. That's it.
How can you get more corny?
Like that.
Your team wins the finals. The team that you invested money in wins the finals.
GG Nori.
Yeah, like, you know, but people gonna act like they beat a fully, like, Derek, this is what's gonna happen. People are they're gonna act like the Warriors were fully healthy, and they're gonna act like they beat a fully healthy Warriors team, and they just didn't. And I know that. But good shit. Good shit. That's all I can really say. Good shit. Like, that's why I haven't been watching it. I was like, oh man, he ain't coming back. Word. This sucks.
It's just sad that they lose. They're going to lose their last 2 home games.
This ain't how I want a sports dynasty to go. Like, Derek, it would be way more honorable. It would be way more satisfying. It would be a better narrative if this team was fully healthy and lost to the Toronto Raptors. Then all they can say is, we just lost. But for them, this is going to be an excuse. Yeah, like I just heard it from Mike Breen. What a performance! I mean, yeah, fam, they got the advantage. Like, that's my problem. Is like, we're treating the Raptors like, unfortunately, we're treating the Raptors like the underdogs, when in all honesty, they should be the favorites. Like, they should be the favorites. They should be the favorites. They gonna play the whole series without KD, and they play one game without KD and Clay. And you telling me they not supposed to win it? LeBron would sweep their ass if that was the case. Like, let's be honest, LeBron would get the Golden State Warriors up out of here in 4 games. It wouldn't take 5. No, Jesus. Bro, it's funny how I'm saying this, and then I can hear the TV hear Mike Breen saying they were underrated, and I'm like, what basketball are y'all looking at? But Derek, you see how he's talking? That's my problem. They're underrated. Yo, is KD invisible? Like, what are we doing, bro? I'm telling you, it's gonna be unfortunate. We're gonna look back at this in 5 years, and people gonna be like, "Well, they should have." No, people gonna look back at this finals, and people gonna be like, "Well, they should have won." Golden State was not healthy, and I'm like, "Y'all did not say that when this was happening in real time. This was not what y'all were saying." Yeah, they got to build a statue for Kawhi, pretty much. No, like you think I'm being?
No, I know you're being serious, but
yes. Oh, by the way, he ain't going to the Lakers. He ain't going to the Nets. He's staying. He gonna sign him a 2-year deal.
I honestly kind of want him to stay. Around time.
It'll be cool.
Nah, I don't want another LeBron in the East. You can go. I'm good. You can go all the way out to them Clippers. Go out to the West in that grindhouse, so you can miss 20 games. I'm good. I don't want him in the East. That's another problem. We already got Giannis. That's another problem. I'm good.
Yeah, that's just. I mean, just look at these tweets. The Raptors are 1 game away from the championship. What the fuck is going on? What? Like, it's so disrespectful. Like, Derek, I really feel as though people are they're using it like they're making this game a caricature of itself. I'm so glad I watched this. I'm so glad I didn't. Wake me up when June 30th gets here. That's all I got to say. So I can see my Lakers slowly sink like the Titanic.
Yikes.
Yeah, I want to talk about anything else. Y'all want to talk about free agency?
I mean,
I don't want to talk about that trade. What y'all think about it? The Nets and the Hawks.
If the Nets manage to undermine and just cuck the Knicks, that would be the most New York Knicks thing that happens in the New York Knicks since New York Knicks.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, literally, like the Knicks. Literally, if the Knicks thought they could sit on their in this free cap space and then have Kevin Durant walk in their building because they're the Knicks and they have cap space, only for Kevin Durant to go to the Nets, who are actually a good organization, along with Kyrie Irving, I would literally be like, give me you're stuck with RJ Barrett, Kevin Knox. Like, Kevin Knox is like a worse version of RJ Barrett in a lot of ways. You don't have to it's just it's not what you want. Oh, we know Kevin Durant might just re-up. He could. It could happen. Clay played well this game. Steph, not too much, but Clay came to play. It's just, I don't know. You see this team, Boogie's pretty much a non-factor again. Wow, you could really say like DeMarcus Cousins here at least, he's not proven he is a conducive part to winning basketball. That's sad. That's really sad. Anyway,
Damn, my man Boogie went all the way to get a ring and he ain't even gonna get it.
Yeah. Oh, wow. What a crazy season. But yeah, I'm hoping that if Kyrie does go, I just hope that he doesn't have the performances against the Celtics that we wish he would have had for us in the playoffs. Because that's the one thing you don't want to see. If a player leaves you don't want to see him be too great. And I do think Kyrie is still great. I just think the situation combined with other factors like just made it so that he wasn't a fit with Boston. But I ultimately know, and I've seen what he's capable of when he has the right cast around him. So if he gets to Kevin Durant, then we'll get to see what Kyrie can really do. So otherwise, the rest of free agency, we're gonna have to wait because we won't know what's gonna happen until Kevin Durant signs where he's gonna sign. Then we're gonna have to wait for Kawhi, and then everyone else will fall in place because there will be the scraps that are left over. So if you're a Knicks, you miss out on KD, Kawhi, and Kyrie.
I'm ready for draft night. I want to see who's trying to get AD.
I don't even know. I mean, yeah, AD will probably get traded draft night. I think the Nets could trade for Anthony Davis too. I saw a video by Legend of Winning on YouTube. He made a really
you watch Lou? Okay, I see it.
He's a really good content creator. He made a good point. Like the Nets could trade for AD as well, and then sign Kyrie. Like the Nets could give him a package of like D'Lo, Karis LeVert, and Jared Allen, and give up their 2 first rounders from this year, and like the second round, the first pick in the second round this year, or give up a first rounder in I guess 2021, and then
that's the first year high schoolers are eligible to go straight to the draft. So that's like a big year, 2021.
Yeah. So then they could give that up. Get AD. AD would be able to play in New York with Kyrie, and then the Nets would still have a good team left over because they would still have assets left over to play with, and they would have slots, another slot to sign like a Kyrie, and then fill out the rest of the roster. So potentially, like the Nets would be the destination that no one really saw coming, and the Nets, it would be like poetic justice if the Nets went from the team that really just got exploited by the Celtics to being like the winner of free agency. If they got either AD and Kyrie or KD and Kyrie, or even if Kyrie went, the fact that the Nets have gone from I like to call these organizations poverty organizations, not because they're poor, but because mentally they operate from a standpoint of like poverty, of being impoverished and not making decisions for the future, making decisions for now. From that organization to go from trading away their entire future for an aging Paul Pierce and Kevin Garnett to being a stable organization that finds diamonds in the rough and really evaluates talents correctly and builds without, being able to tank, to being at free agent destination, that full circle change would just be so beautiful. It would suck to see as a Celtics fan because that's what we thought we were going to be. But at the same time, it's basketball poetic justice. So it would be nice if that actually happened for the Nets. But ultimately, like I said, it's going to be dependent on where AD is traded to. It's going to be dependent on where KD signs and whether or not Kawhi stays or goes to the Clippers. After that, everyone else we're going to see go to where they're going to go. Because that's when, your consolation prize free agents will get their max deals and stuff. Your Jimmy Butlers, your Kembas, all your guys like that.
Yeah, I need the Sixers to go ahead and re-sign Jimmy and Tobias. We can do this.
I mean, I don't even know. Like you, I don't know if I would want Tobias Harris. To be honest with you, I feel like if you had Jimmy, if you had
We haven't re-signed Harris because we gave away our role players to get him. Like,
but my thing is, you could probably fill out the bench better and get his production at a cheaper rate than somebody with a max contract. The production he gave y'all is not a max contract guy, and I understand you assume that he showed he can be better, but even Tobias Harris, like this year when he was with the Clippers, leading them in scoring, he's not necessarily a max guy, in my opinion. I understand you traded for him in the hopes that this year y'all can win a ring, but I'm not even sure that nucleus is good enough to beat the Raptors unless Ben Simmons dramatically makes improvements to his game. So I
think if Joel Embiid would have just played better and been in better shape, we could have won that series.
We'll see. I'll just have to agree to disagree with you there because I think stylistically, like the Raptors, just to me,
I will
say this: that game went down to a buzzer beater. That last game, so you could
think with a Hobble and Embiid and a Simmons that was ineffective, it took till Game 7 on a buzzer beater for us to lose. So
yeah, I can definitely see where you're coming from with that. My only rebuttal is
now teams are going to get better. I understand what you're saying about that.
No, my only rebuttal with that is Joel Embiid. When is Joel Embiid healthy? So
that's why he gotta put up or shut up and lose their weight and get his diet right.
I will see when I believe it, but on the I don't know. If you resign, if you opt to bring everyone back, I hope you know what you're getting Tobias Harris. I'm not saying he's not a fine player, but I don't know if on that team he's good enough to be your fourth best player and you guys are going to win a championship. I don't know. He just didn't show me enough. I don't know if I'm wrong for saying that. He didn't show me enough.
That's fair.
Like Jimmy Butler, I think he kind of fits that team better than I really expected him to. And I feel like if y'all going to keep Brett Brown, he needs to do a better job of establishing Jimmy Butler's role in the offense, especially if we know what Ben Simmons is, unless he comes to training camp with an elbow game or a post game. He needs to have a lot of his ball handling response. Not all of them, but like a lot more ball handling responsibility pulled from his hands because he's starting to kill that offense. Me realizing that Joel Embiid only really takes threes because he has to because he plays with Ben Simmons, I feel kind of dumb for just
you watch the B-ball breakdown thing too?
Yeah, I feel kind of dumb for just not realizing that. But at the same time, it's unacceptable. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Ben Simmons got to do better here.
At least get like a 15-foot game. So, like, if you're driving to the rim and they're packing the paint, you could just pull up at, like, the top of the key.
It's funny because the Raptors playing the Sixers helped them beat the Bucks. because they literally guarded Giannis the same way they guarded Ben Simmons. The exact same way. They said, yo, you can't get in the paint. What are you going to do? And Giannis did the same thing Ben Simmons did. Nothing.
I feel like Giannis at least is...
He was present at least, unlike Ben Simmons, but in terms of like effectiveness, they were both about the same. He couldn't do anything. Because he literally had 4 people in the paint, like, you're really not about to do anything in here.
I really have nothing to say because my team is probably going to sign a loaf of moldy bread and a piece of lint in the offseason. So,
yikes.
I mean, y'all got stuff to like really speculate on, and like no.
I mean, if you feel any better, Jake, I'm expecting for us to I'm expecting Danny Ainge to be like, wow, I found these picks.
It's not too late for him. It's not too late for him to go ahead and just let Kyrie walk and just build around Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. I've been saying that.
But he like my thing is he can.
It's not too late.
I hope he does that, but there's no way he can honestly justify like how everything's played out. He has definitely like made this. He's definitely made mistakes, a plethora of mistakes, in the he did a great job of getting all those assets, but in terms of doling them out at the right time, he failed. There are so many assets. There are so many players on the market. So many trades that could have been made. When we saw Jimmy Butler get traded, we saw Kawhi get traded. We've seen a bunch of players move teams, and the Celtics sat on their assets, overvalued them, and now we're getting to the point where those assets are starting to dry up. The next big chip we have, the last big chip, is a potential Grizzlies pick in like 2022 that might be unprotected. Like, yeah. So honestly, I'm not going to talk about free cities being free agent destinations just because they are where they are anymore, because that's kind of been dispelled. But I will say Boston is just not an attractive destination right now for free agents after seeing Kyrie get fed up over there and seeing what happened to Isaiah Thomas. So I feel like our future is going to depend on whether or not the assets Danny Ainge has acquired will fit together and whether or not those guys are all-star or first team all NBA type of guys. Because if they're just really good players, then this team is bound to be like the next Charlotte Hornets or Orlando Magic with just a way better head coach. Because you need talent to win in this league. You can't just rely on a system and building a roster of good role players. Like, you need a superstar. And that's something that Boston, like, definitively we don't have a number one. But we think we have a guy that can be a number one. We don't have a proven guy. So
maybe Derek, y'all need to turn those two into the proven guy.
I mean, I'm saying we could. We're hoping that will work out. We've seen a lot of teams try to look at their young players and say, okay, we're handing you the keys. Sometimes those guys aren't ready. Sometimes they need more years to figure it out. What I'm saying is it's rough for us because now we have gone from championship expectations and being a team that expected to either sign a guy, to trading for a guy, to trading for another guy, to a team that's going to lose the guy they traded for, and then hope that the assets that we thought we were going to trade, that we dangled like carrots in front of New Orleans, are going to come out and develop superstars for us and then stay. Not a fun place to be. The Lakers, at the very least, you guys have who you believe to be the best basketball player in the world and young assets around you guys. The Boston Celtics have young assets and a really solid like player at Al Horford and recovering Gordon Hayward. In terms of like championship aspirations, I would far and away take a young team with the best player in the world than a young-ish team with no like real number one. So you can complain about the Lakers not being able to sign anyone. Y'all at least got your fish for the next 2 to 3 years in LeBron James. You guys at least have that. And at like the worst, I think, unless LeBron gets another injury, he will be a top 10 player. At best, he'll be a top 5 player up until his contract's up. The Celtics realistically have no avenues to get that type of player or to get a player in that range of talent unless one of our guys develops into that, and that's not a given. So I don't know. Right now, I actually probably would rather, at least, I don't want to say I'd rather be the Lakers. I'd rather have your team. I'd rather have the Celtics organization, but I'd rather have your roster at the moment than the Celtics roster. because the Celtics don't really have many ways to go up. The Lakers at least have cap space and the best player in the world and young assets on top of that. So,
I hope you're right. I just have my faith. Well, if it happens, I'll be kind of happy because I really, Derek, just given all the things that have happened over the last 8 months when it comes to this basketball team, from the dysfunction and the disorganization of the front office, the backstabbing, the running to the news, all of it. Even if we land free agents and we're able to build a team, nothing gives me confidence that we're going to build a team good enough to win. As far as my predictions, what's going to end up happening? Kawhi going to stay on a 2-year deal. KD's going to stay on a 2-year deal. The Knicks get nothing. The Clippers get nothing. The Lakers get nothing. Mostly all of these guys kind of stay. And we run it back from there. Yep, I can completely see this being uneventful and I laugh at everybody. Or it could be a complete and utter gigantic clusterfuck. Who knows? I just wanted to get to. I don't even want to see the draft. I just want to see after the finals, so we can get this free agency stuff popping and see how this all plays out. But those are my predictions. I'm probably going to be wrong. I'm normally wrong. So, yeah, that's about it. I got any more to add?
No.
Nah.
Okay, guys, plug your shit.
As always, you can find me on Twitter at RNVPCC or captions, not cap. Yeah, interact with me.
Catch me on Twitter, RNVP_JRon, but don't hit me up because y'all ain't talking about nothing anyway.
Dang.
Okay, joking. Come down.
Okay. Find me on Twitter at RNVP_BK Blaze. Talk to me about anything because stupidity is what I live for. So let's do it.
It's JTRMVP on Twitter. Interact with me.
Don't interact. If you say stupid, Jake will excoriate you. Jake literally said he wants to smoke.
He's all about
No, I really don't, because this series just showed me that people really are just fake basketball fans. It's really, honestly, that's the most disheartening part. But yeah, if you got basketball takes, please don't hit me. I'm really not trying to hear them right now. The Lakers have taken 80% of my spirit. The other 20 has been this finals. So
let's go NBA draft.
Yeah. What Jerron said. So yeah, hit me y'all on the Twitters. Like, comment, subscribe. RNVP guys, Real Nerve Variety Podcast, episode 10. We out this bitch.
Later.
Peace.
Later.